Welcome students to Future Guide Academy. I'm your tutor, Mr. Purike. For those that are in senior classes, we are still in chemistry, and this morning we are looking at the structure of an atom. Now as we begin, the first thing that we are supposed to do is to look at what is an atom. So we are going to define an atom first and then see in detail. Now, when we are defining an atom, we are going to say an atom is the smallest part of an element that take part in a chemical reaction. We are saying an atom is the smallest part of an element which take part in what? In a chemical reaction. Others will still say this is simply a building block of what? Matter, or the basic unit of an element. Let's write the definition. We are saying this is the smallest part of an element which do what? Take part in a chemical reaction. Chemical reaction. We also say this is the building block of what? Matter. So those are the major definitions of what? An atom. So whenever we are talking about an atom, we are talking about a part of an element. Now we want to see what makes up an atom. An atom is made up of three parts, which is 1, protons, 2, neutrons, and the last one, which is an electron. We are saying three parts. 1, we've got protons. 2, we've got neutrons. And the last one, which is electrons. These three parts make up what an atom is. Now, you are supposed to understand the location of protons, the location of neutrons, as well as the location of electrons on an atom. Now, this is how it is. We can draw something like this to represent the structure of an atom. Now, at the center here, we've got two parts. At the center, we've got two parts. And then around, we've got another part. So this is what we mean. 1 here, this is what we call an electron. An electron will always orbit or go around the center, which is the nucleus of an atom. So they go around in a path called what? A shell. And then at the center of each atom, we've got two things. We've got one, something that we call a neutron, and we've also got something that we call what? A proton. So if a question comes to say, what do we find at the nucleus of an atom? We're going to find a neutron as well as a what? A proton. Outside on the shell, we have what we call an electron. So this is how an atom appears. Now, as we proceed, we want to look at how is the structure of an electron, how is the structure of a proton, as well as how is the structure of a what? A neutron, including the charges that these substances have. Let's present that in form of a table. So we are saying we have something like this. We can divide 1, we've got what we call the particle, and then number 2, we've got the relative charge, and then we can also include relative mass of those objects. Now remember, we say the 3 parts that makes up what? An atom. So we've got 1, an electron. 2, we've got a proton. And then 3, we've got what we call a neutron. Now, when we are talking about the relative charge of an electron, always when we are talking about an electron, it's negatively charged. We are saying it's negatively charged. So the charge of an electron is negative, always. Relative mass, mainly it's 1,837. That is the relative mass of an electron. What of a proton? A proton, it's positively charged. Positive. With a symbol. Positive. And the relative mass of a proton, it's 1. What of a neutron? A neutron, it's always neutral. This one, it's always what? Neutral. This one is always what? Neutral. And the charge is what? 0. Relative mass, it's 1. That is for a neutron. So you are supposed to know, some people ask you about the charges of an electron, a charge of a proton, as well as a charge of a what? A neutron, including the location. Where can we find an electron? Where can we find a proton? As well as a neutron. Now, as we have identified the relative charge as well as relative mass, there is something now that you are supposed to know. How do we know the number of protons, the number of neutrons, as well as the number of electrons in any element? Now, this is what you are supposed to know. This is what you are supposed to know. 1. An element will have its mass number. An element to have its mass what? Number. Now, the mass number of an element with a symbol A, the mass number of an element is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. Get to that point. For us to have a mass number of an element, we are going to say we add the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. And then another thing that you're supposed to know, for an element that is neutral, meaning something that has not lost or gained, the number of electrons is equal to the number of what? Protons. That is what you're supposed to know. If an element has not lost or gained, the number of electrons is equal to the number of what? Protons. And remember, the symbol for protons is what? Z. At all times. Let's look at an example of a question where we are going to find the mass number we are saying element X has 14 or 15 protons and 18 neutrons. What is its mass number? What is its mass number? Remember, the mass number sometimes they will say it's a nucleon number. Nucleon number. It's also known as the nucleon what? Number, which is the mass number. So what we are going to say is this. We are going to say number of protons where A is equal to Z plus N, which is number of neutrons. So we are going to say our mass number is equal to 15 plus 13 that we have been given. So if we add the two, 3 plus 5, we are going to have 8. 1 plus 1 is 28. That is the mass number of this element. Another thing that you're supposed to know is that when you've been given a mass number, you just subtract whatever you are looking for. For instance, they did not give us the neutrons. We are going to subtract 15 so that we find the number of neutrons. And that is how we identify the mass number of an element, which is also known as the nucleon number. So as you come across a number of questions where you'll be asked to find the number of protons as well as the number of neutrons, the nucleon number, use the same method that we've used. Just change which one are you looking for, and then you'll be able to find it out. Follow the steps that we've discussed, and if you've got any question, please be free to post them. We'll be glad to answer them. And remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Future Guide Academy, as well as follow our website, our Facebook page, even our website, futureguideacademy.com. You'll be able to receive more. Thank you very much for following. Keep posted.